Namaskar. After 3 days brainstorming session of MPC, that is Monetary Policy Committee, which is headed by our RBI Governor Mr. Santi Kanta Das, just now RBI has announced there is increment of 0.25 basis point in repo rate. I thought why not we should try to understand what is this repo rate. To develop understanding of repo rate, we have to first understand how our banking system and RBI are functioning. Our banks taking deposits from general public at large, and and they will give loan whoever required, and RBI is our banks of banks who is responsible for the monetary and regulating these banks. RBI has some monetary policies to regulate these banks. These monetary policies are as below. First, CRR, which means cash reserve ratio, which is currently 4%. Second, SRR, which means a statutory reserve ratio, which is currently 18.5%. Third, reverse repo rate and reverse repo rate, which means repurchase option or reverse repurchase or sell option, which are currently 6.5% and 3.75% respectively. Suppose if a bank take deposits of rupees 100 from public, what it need to do? It has to deposit rupees 4 to RBI in the form of CRR and rupees 18.5% in the form of SRR, which means out of 100, 4 plus 18.5, that is 22.5 rupees it has to deposit to RBI, and rest of the fund, that is rupees 77.5 rupees, it, it is free to give as loan in the market. In meanwhile, suppose if a bank need any fund, then it will go to RBI, and RBI will disburse its whatever required, but it bank has to deposit collateral. After depositing collateral, RBI disburse required fund to the banks, but this fund is not free at all. RBI is charging some rate to the bank, which is now 6.5%. That is the rate at which RBI is giving loan to the bank is chargeable at the rate of at the rate of repo rate, which will now 6.5%. We should try to understand how repo rate and reverse repo rate is used by RBI. Repo rate means repurchase option. Repurchase option is available to the banks, which means they they had to take money from RBI whenever required, and it is payable at the rate of whatever repo rate repo rate at that time. And RBI is using these people to control current 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 liquidity in the market and also inflation. RBI is using repo rate and reverse repo rate as its weapon to control inflation and liquidity position in the market. Suppose if government needs to control inflation, RBI will increase repo rate. Whenever RBI will increase repo rate, consequently, banks also increase their interest rate, which will result into less loan and less flow of money in the market, and due to which things in the market became cheaper. In other words, inflation will come down. And if RBI wants to increase inflation, what it will do? It will reduce repo rate, which will result into more flow of fund in the market, and consequently inflation is increased. I hope you could understand now what is repo rate. And reverse repo rate is the opposite of repo rate. Suppose if any bank has some extra fund, what it will do? It will go to RBI to deposit the fund, and it is also not for free. RBI will pay a rate of interest which is called reverse repo rate. So whenever any bank has extra fund, it will deposit it to the RBI, and RBI is giving some interest which is 3.75% now, which is called reverse repo rate. Reverse repo rate is also used as weapon to control inflation and liquidity in the market. I hope you can understand now what is repo and reverse repo rate. Thank you.